Hey folks, Rob here, and today we're going to do a little project. We got our Medicine Bow Trading Company holster here on the table, and I got some leather that's pretty close, and these come without a hammer thong, and I'm going to install a hammer thong on this one. We're going to punch a couple holes right here, and we're going to put this piece of leather through so we have a hammer thong on there for our Ruger Super Wrangler. Now this has been molded to fit the Ruger Super Wrangler, and this is the holster I picked up for $9. But guys, let me tell you, you're not going to get all of them for $9. This was a obvious defective holster. It was cut out of some less than perfect leather, and that's okay. I didn't want a perfect, pristine holster. I wanted something that I could work with and use and not worry about it. But this one is not perfect. It's made out of the same leather. It's just made out of places that had some scars, or that almost looks like a brand mark of a number 2. So I don't know, could be a brand mark. You have some little places here. It's not perfect, but like I said, I didn't want it to be perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to find us I don't want to start too big. So I'm going to go down about quarter to half an inch, and I'm gonna punch a hole, and I want it big enough. That's probably too small, but I can go bigger. Now we're gonna go down about another ½ inch from that, and I'm gonna poke another one, and then we're gonna see how that is. So you can see I got 2 holes in it, and I got my leather lace here, and of course one end has already been kind of tapered. I think I may try to taper the other end a little bit here on the table if I can. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm kind of off camera, but I'm just taking my razor knife and trying to. My razor knife's kind of dull. I need a new blade. But to tell you the truth, after I moved, I don't know where in the hell they'd be, if I could even find them. So we tapered it a little bit, got it thinned down just a hair, and we'll try and work that through. And we want them tight so that they'll hold. So I'm going to go through this one first. And I can tell you right now, I can tell this is going to be too tight for this. I'm going to have to go a size bigger, but better to start smaller and work your way up. That fits one of them real nice. So let's just kind of take our punch and go up. That is, it doesn't say what size that is, but we are getting that one's smaller. That is our biggest. I think it would be that one right there, because I think we just used this one. So I think that would be our next size up. And I'm just going to kind of center it on this hole. And we're going to punch that out just a little bit. Make it a little bit bigger. And that worked perfect. Do the same down here. Just going to get it over that hole. Punch that out just a little bit. You can see I got a little off on that and made the little oblong, but that'll be all right. So let's see what we can do now. We want this to go through from here, because we want our underside. I may have to get a little screwdriver to kind of help get this through. We want to get our leather. There's that tapered end. It's doubled over. So let's get it pushed through. Or at least enough of it that we can get a hold of it. I think we're already through with it. There we go. So now we got it through this hole. And now we'll pull it back through this way. And like I said, we want it tight enough that it'll hold, but not so tight that you can't adjust it if you needed to. So here'll be the harder one. We've got to go back through this way from the inside, and that's a little more difficult. Might have been a better way I could have done that, but we still would have had to went through either way. So let's see if I can get this started. I'm struggling there a little bit. I may have to get my screwdriver, turn it up like this, lay it on there, and kind of work it through like that. Maybe I should have done it differently. Oh, there's one coming through. Let's get that one. And I think that's the other one trying to come through. Our little tapered one is trying, so let's get our screwdriver here and see if we can get it to start through there. And yes, we did. So now we have our loop. And I'll just take my clippers. This might cut it, might not. Oh yeah, cut it good. Took my little side cutters there and cut the leather off evenly. And there we have our, I hope that was on camera. I took our little clippers and trim that off even. Now we can adjust it. Oh yeah, it's plenty tight. We'll probably have to, yes, that's good and tight. Wherever we get it, that's where she'll hold. So, yeah. Oh, too far. Too far. So if I can get a hold of that enough to get it back there. May have to take my little screwdriver and use it as a handle. Yeah, there we go. Now we're going to adjust this. We're going to get our gun. And I don't think I've done an update on the Ruger Super Wrangler since we changed out the grips. And now it has the Ajax polymer ivory grips on it. I've had these for a long time. They've been on several different Rugers. But this is where they're going to stay on the Super Wrangler. And it's going to be carried in this holster right here that we molded for it. So let's stick her down in there and let's get her hammer thong pulled down to where we're tight enough to hold it, but yet not so tight that I may have to rethink this. I may have to come from the underside with this because the hammer does not protrude out as far. We may have to reverse that and come through it from the other angle. Let's try that and see what it does. Let's pull this out and let's see if I can get it through like this. See if we can get it through from the underside. Although that's going to leave the adjustment inside. I should probably, maybe I really just needed one hole and done it like this from the get-go. We'll figure it out. Let's see how it works best. I'm just going to try and push that through there. If I can get both layers through. I love leather. Ain't nothing like a leather holster. You can have all the Kydex and ballistic nylon you want, but there ain't nothing like a good leather holster. Let's see what we're going to do here. Let's see how it works. If we drop it in like this. think that's better. I think that will work better. And then you can slide it up and over and back on. I think that will work out better. Now I just need to figure out how to do this. I don't want it all to go back inside. Let me think about this a minute. We'll come back and see what I figure out. Okay, what I decided to do is we moved our thong to the inner part of the holster. We come out and in, and I come to the side here about level with that back one. Poked another hole and just brought these back through. So it looks pretty good inside there. Won't interfere with our gun at all. It'll holster, and our hammer thong is still adjustable. So I probably got it a little too tight now. I may have to redo this because I was pulling on it. Let's see, we'll pull a little bit back from the bottom and a little bit up from here, and there we go. Now we are back to being tight, and we got our hammer thong on there, and it will stay on. Gun won't fall out. It's over the hammer good, but yet you can flip it up over, out of the way, and draw the gun easily. So anyway, guys, that's how I put a hammer thong on the Medicine Bow Trading Company holster for the Ruger Super Wrangler. I could even feed these down through here if I didn't want them flapping around. But this still allows me to make adjustments if the leather stretches, or I decide to want to put a different gun in here, because this probably would hold several different models of gun. We could just put that right down through there like that, and we got a pretty clean look right there. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And there is a look at the Medicine Bow Trading Company and the Ruger Super Wrangler with a hammer thong now that we have installed. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and until we do another one, we'll see you guys later.